Hello and welcome on the auspicious occasion of Akshaya Tritiya, and of course, wishing all our viewers a very happy Akshaya Tritiya. Of course, Akshaya Tritiya is being celebrated today, and this really is the time when people flock to jewelry stores to buy gold. It is believed to be, of course, bringing good luck to buy the precious metal, and of course, is also considered an auspicious day for new beginnings. So, what really are the trends being witnessed? Really, what are the options for those looking at different, options for gold? Maybe they cannot afford it at higher prices, and if they can, then what are the quantities or volumes that they're purchasing this season? To of course decode all this, I am joined by Ashish Gupta. He is of course an MD and jeweler with Shriram Hariram Jewelers in South Extension, New Delhi. I'm also joined by Sanchita Mukherjee, senior business economist. Thank you both for your time. Now, really, to decode the trends this Akshaya Tritiya for our viewers, Ashish Gupta, what are you witnessing? What are the early trends this season that are being witnessed?
So yeah, the prices have really gone through the roof for a lot of people. So the quantities has been decreased. The demands are the purchasing power parity of per person is decreased. So yes, quantities have decreased per person, but yes, on the auspicious occasion of Akshaya Tritiya, everybody wants to buy something or the other. So they don't buy 10 grams, they are buying 5 grams. So the smaller quantity buying is still on, definitely. Yeah.
Right. So, of course, people are still coming in, but maybe they're looking at different options. They're looking at diversification. So, Sanchita, what really are you, suggesting those who are saying, okay, we need different options, of course, to buy this Akshaya Tritiya? What really are the options ahead of them this season? What would you say?
Thanks so much for having me on your panel, Sakshi. It's always a pleasure and a very valid question. So, I'm a mutual fund distributor, and a lot of our clients like to look at gold in terms of the exchange traded funds, ETFs. They're called gold ETFs, which you need a demat account, and they're listed on the markets. And a lot of money has actually flown in the mutual fund industry into gold ETFs, which has now become a matter of diversification. Most people who have allocations to fixed income, debt, mutual funds, equity mutual funds, all of that are actively looking at gold ETFs as well for diversification. And for those who do not have a demat account, are also investing into gold mutual funds, right? In a similar manner, you can have an SIP, a systematic investment plan, or a STP going into a gold. Because right now, what has happened in the last 2-3 years of heightened geopolitical tensions and central banks themselves diversifying their own accounts, being pegged to the dollar reserve currency, they feel that let's go towards more stable options like gold. Gold prices have really gone up. In the interim, I think I was going through a number of reports. There are a lot of outlook on gold, and outlooks more or less on a long term basis continues to be positive, because capital gains people feel that gold, these geopolitical tensions would persist. However, short term fluctuations do happen. One must understand in gold, there might be short term pullbacks, if there are good trade deals, agreements, and all of that which happen across the globe. So there might be a pullback in short term prices. A long term outlook remains to be bullish. So retail investors need to be very, very cognizant, and they should go to a registered investment advisor, because a lot of the digital platforms, fintech and all, who are selling gold, let's understand these are not backed, government backed, or they're not even regulated by SEBI or RBI. So one needs to be very cognizant of buying gold through digitally backed operational platforms.
Absolutely. So very, very crucial to do your due diligence, to do your checks before, of course, you look at these digital forms like you were mentioning. But, Ashish Gupta, for those saying, okay, what really are the trends? What should we be looking at? Your outlook on prices and demand in the near term, at least. What are you witnessing? What can you share with our
So
viewers?
demand will be always be there for gold, and it's the safety net for everybody. And as she's mentioned, the geopolitical tensions, the first to look at the gold. That's the first thing you look at. Everybody looks at it and safe for the gold. And over the last years, every Akshaya Tritiya, we have normally see a jump of a good 20% or 15%. And this year was like a different story. It was a big jump. But yes, we still expect for next Akshaya Tritiya, it will be again another big jump. So over a long safe bet, yes, you should always diversify and have certain amount of your portfolio invested in gold always, like equal to other investments, because this is a safety net that you have for your life. And we do
Right.
expect in long run, this will be a slow and steady rise always.
Right. Also, many also saying, Sanjita, that maybe it's time to give silver a thought as well. What would you say to those? And of course, given the geopolitical tensions, how do you see gold prices going ahead and the safe haven demand really for gold going ahead?
So, coming to silver, see both gold and silver, let's understand these are end of the day commodities markets. So, to diversify in gold, one can understand, yes, because it is a safe haven, it is a great hedge against inflation, it's a hedge against the depreciation of currency. Now, most investors, they need to come up the curve in terms of sophistication. Do we really understand what is inflation? Do we really understand a hedge against currency depreciation, all of that? So to go into another commodity like silver, one needs to be a sophisticated investor. Like I said, you need to do your due diligence, talk to a registered investment advisor, and all of that. But having said that, I think what most analysts, in fact, global analysts, are reporting in today's date is that the long-term outlook for in 3-4 years remain to be bullish for gold. People are coming up with different dollar pricing for gold. Like there's a Paul Johnson, a billionaire in US, just about yesterday, he's given a call that he expects gold prices to be $4,000 by 2028, things like that. So these are all dollar pricing. The moot point being geopolitical tensions will persist. It's great to diversify. But having said that, because the rally has been so sharp in gold in the last 2 to 3 years, there might be short term pullbacks and it might correct. So one has to be very, very cognizant of that fact and hold it possibly for longer periods in time.
All right. Of course, all that glitters is gold as far as the long term scenario is concerned. Thank you both for sharing your thoughts and for joining us for this interaction.
Thank you, Shruti. Thank you.
Thank you.